Hello and welcome to the Barnsley Boundary Presentation. My name is Gareth Cook for those that don't know me. Just a forewarning, this is half an hour long, so if you haven't got a drink, I'd probably go and get one now. Hello and welcome to the Barnsley Boundary Presentation for 2020. Obviously this is the virtual boundary because we've not been able to do the proper boundary as yet this year. Steve, I've spoken to him and he's hoping to do it sometime later in the year, all being well. Obviously we're in some sort of uncertainty at the minute. For me, the Barnsley Boundary has meant a lot of things for a fair few years, and it first started for me personally in 2016. Although the boundary's been running since the mid-90s, it started for me personally since 2016, and it started just wrecking it on a night time with an head torch on with a good friend, Mark Yates. It got me around the various parts of Barnsley, exploring them on a night time, some daunting places, a lot of cows, a lot of sheep, a lot of different variations in routes, terrains, people that you might see on the routes, and different experiences that you have when you take on the Barnsley Boundary routes. And then it progressed in 2017 with the night runs building up steadily so that I got to know the routes, only doing them on a night time because that's when we could fit them in. But it progressed in 2017 when we went on June the 4th to undertake all of the Barnsley Boundary, and on that day there were me, Robin Clough and Phil Inchcliffe that completed it all. But it was great because we got to appreciate the beauty of the boundary and getting up onto the top of the crags at 7:30, looking straight up the valley, seeing the wonderful views, dying halfway at the George Inn at Upper Denby, running over Woodhead Pass without his t-shirts on, and there were a little bit of moment where we had some rain. People jumping in on the route, enjoying the route, a bit Forrest Gump style-esque, where people just joining in, enjoying it, and that's where Team Barnsley sort of was born, with people joining us. And then it brought people together, for me, in my eyes anyway, and it always does, every single year. People put it on from the various clubs, who fancies wrecking what route, who fancies doing this route, who fancies teaching me this route, and that's the beauty of the boundary. It brings people together so they can appreciate where we are from. And obviously when you look at it and you take a step back for a minute, Barnsley is a wonderful place. So anyway, on to the boundary presentation. I've got some special guests speaking, so it won't just be me throughout, and you'll get to see them as we go along through the video. Thank you, enjoy. It is roughly half an hour long, so if you haven't got a drink, I suggest you probably go and get one now. Hello, me again. So I hope you enjoyed Jill Carlton's presentation. So onto a presentation from me now. So the Vet 50 men's. They were the only runners mad enough and old enough to actually enter a team in this category. So they have won a prize by default. However, they did actually finish 4th overall in all of the event out of the 35 teams, which I think we can all agree is a fantastic achievement. It was probably a team that was created just so Sean Dimlow could win a prize, because he had to wait until Tuesday to actually run and take part in this team, because he turned 50 on Tuesday, so happy birthday for that, Sean. He did start his run off by running up Jackson Bridge, which is a bit of a climb, and then Steve Newall thought the boundary was so good he went out and did it twice. We'll not count the fact that one of those was a day early. So this team included Robin Clough, Andy Pearson, Matt Robinson, Rob Davis, Steve Newall, Sean Dimlow, Tony Wright, Jonathan Bentley, Darren Knuckles and Andrew Shelbourne, and they clocked the entire boundary route in 8 hours, 26 minutes and 53 seconds. So well done to them. You was the first place runners in the Vet 50 men's category.
Hi everybody, Robin Clough here, Penistone Footpath Runners. Running on leg 10 of the boundary at the moment. One of the nicest parts of the boundary. Obviously it's the final bit, and it's a lovely run down from Upper Denby to Cannon Hall. Mostly downhill, but funnily enough everybody that seems to do it always tells me that it's not downhill. But anyway, Gareth has asked me to read out some of the results, and he's actually asked me to read out the women's team competition. Before we get down to the nitty-gritty of the top 5, just a few sort of notable mentions. This also mentions ladies as well who took part in I'm guessing in the mixed teams. Firstly, this leg 10, Hannah Butcher, Penistone Footpath Runners, was the first lady with the fastest time, very fast 28:48. Alice, I'm assuming it's Alice Moore, was second in 29:30, so fantastic runs by those two. Leg 9, very impressive. Christina Lakin was actually 11 minutes in front of the second female on leg 9, that was in 1:13, so fantastic run by Christina. Sorry, yeah, her time was 1:13. Leg 5, Sarah Goff, Rebecca Hunt and Vicky Stevens were all in the top 10 overall for that particular leg. Leg 4, Lindsay Eastman was second overall in 41:18, just behind Darren Middleton, who did it in 40:27, so absolutely amazing. Other things to mention, special mentions, Kimmy Queen, say everyone on their team and ran their heart out and ran really well, and they have deemed it a success. I wholeheartedly agree with that. Okay, drum roll, the top 5. In 5th place, so this is the ladies competition, it's Lola Lockdown Ladies Let Loose. Lola Lockdown Ladies Let Loose, and their time was 13:35:12. Well done. 4th place, the Quarantine Queens. Their time 12:20:17. Well done to them. In 3rd place, the Kimmy Queens in 11:40:34. 2nd place, Denbydale Ladies in 11 hours 3 minutes 11 seconds, with a clear lead, very good time. In 1st place, Kimberworth ladies in 9 hours, 10 minutes, 38 seconds. Absolutely fantastic. So yeah, that's the ladies' results from a very wet leg 10. I'd just like to say thanks to Gareth for sorting all of this out, and it's fantastic as well that we've raised quite a sizable amount of cash for Barnsley Hospice. But yeah, thanks everyone. Over out. Cheers. Bye.
Hello everybody, I am now delighted to reveal the men's running competition results. We had 12 entries and a number of teams that we have never had in any of our competitions before, so welcome to you. And I do hope that some of you could enter a team when we eventually run the actual Barnsley Boundary Relay Race sometime, hopefully, later this year. So here are the results. In 12th, Team Barnsley Men. 11th, We Get Locked Down, but We Get Up Again. 10th, Try PT, Team B. In 9th, we're Kingston Covids. In 8th, we have Penistone Cricket Club. 7th, Barnsley Football Club. 6th, the five-a-side on a Thursday, which is the secondary school teachers. 5th, Denbydale Men. 4th, Team BFC. 3rd, Kimberworth. In a time of 8 hours, 13 minutes, 58 seconds. In second, in a time of 8 hours and 7 minutes, 58 seconds, were Marvellous Martin's Magnificent Men, meaning the winners in a wonderful time of 8 hours and 2 minutes and 55 seconds were Team Unknown. Now I can reveal who were Team Unknown. We had Kieran Reid, Joshua Bird, Gary Briscoe, Darren Middleton, Michael Grain, Andy Swift, Hugh Mackey, Damien Briscoe, Gareth Cook and Brendan Moody. So well done to everybody in Team Unknown. One final thing to add about Team Unknown was they actually ran the boundary legs, not the virtual boundary. So again, well done, fellas. Thanks very much, Gareth, for organising what was a great competition. Bye-bye.
Right, on to another prize then. So we've had Jill, we've had Robin, we've had his very own Steve Dickinson. Now the last part of our presentation, probably the most anticipated category, because there was 13 teams that entered a team into this category. We had Craig Robinson, a member of one team, who decided to do reps of Houndhill. We had Ailey Poole, who, a member of the same team, ran into the cows, which that is the Barnsley Boundary. We had teams pulling together, we had team spirit, team cohesion. We had a once in a lifetime opportunity for a family to actually race alongside each other in the members of the Friars family. We had Kingston runners enter a team in this category, as well as the men's category. And there was probably the team that got lost the most. They also had the most slips, injuries, trips and falls, probably because they were drunk. And we also had triathlon personal trainers, Tri PT. They all did great, and a member, Graham Truman, got roped into running twice for that particular team. We also had Heidi Droger, and she's been a member of Team Barnsley, and I think she did leg 6 3 times. Twice was a little bit early, but she still managed on every single time to get the elevation just that little bit too short. But it was a cracking team spirit. I think there was plenty of banter going around through the various teams, and it's been great to see. Anyway, the winners of this category. This team managed to finish 5th overall. They got 8 hours, 31 minutes and 27 seconds. And that's Team Barnsley mixed A team. So they had Tim Webster on their team, Adam Lavelle, Adrian Goff, Noel Adkins, Sarah Goff, Brian Arad, Nathan Cox, Neil Mower, Christina Lakin and Alice Moore. So well done to Team Barnsley mixed A team. check of the Just Giving page that we've set up to raise money for Barnsley Hospital Charity, we have actually raised £1,512 so far. We've also got over £300 that's been contributed in gift aid, for those people who have ticked the box for gift aid. So that is absolutely fantastic. Well done to everyone for raising that amount of money. And obviously we couldn't have done it without you. So here is a bit of a thank you from the Barnsley Hospital Charity themselves.
Hi, my name's Emily and I work for Barnsley Hospital Charity. I just want to say a massive thank you for supporting this amazing event and for supporting our charity. Last year our hospital cared for more than 61,000 patients, we cared for 268,000 in outpatient appointments, and we cared for over 78,000 attendances in our A&E department. We're really grateful for the fundraising that you're doing. Without your support we couldn't continue our vital work, and for that we really appreciate it. So thank you from us, and thank you from our patients as well. Please keep up the good work, keep fundraising and keep supporting our charity. Thank you very much.
Well, that concludes the Barnsley Boundary Virtual Presentation for this year. We've had slips, trips, falls, people getting lost. We've had photos, teams, Strava police. We've also had banter, personal best. We've had a bit of a laugh along the way, and I hope we've all enjoyed it. We had 35 teams enter. We've still got 3 teams somewhere out on the course because they've not submitted their results yet. If they do submit their results, I'll add them to the sheet. We've had 350 different people take part in the teams. We've had 350 different people supporting each other as we go through all of this experience. I hope that you all take the opportunity to rejoin us whenever we get to take on the physical boundary again. Hopefully sometime, like I said earlier, later in the year. If not, in 2021. If you ever been to the real Barnsley Boundary presentation, on the conclusion of the presentation, you usually get passed a piece of paper. I've always been passed it by Captain Sean. And you'll be flicking through the individual results. And you're probably wanting to do something like that now. So following me speaking on here, there'll be a QR code that comes up on the screen. All you have to do is point your phone's camera at it, and it should bring up the results, all being well, for you to see the breakdown of who's run what leg, what time they've done it in, and what position people have finished on the legs. You'll also be able to see where your team's finished in the virtual Barnsley Boundary. Failing that, if the QR code doesn't work for you, somewhere in the description below the video there should be a link for you to click where you'll be able to go the same process to the file that's got all the results in, bringing the Barnsley Boundary into the 21st century. So that's the boundary. Enjoy looking at results. I hope you've enjoyed the evening's presentation, and just keep running.